Some reveals details of partnership with Free for XRP Ledger-powered retail payments to offer a seamless cryptocurrency payment experience. By the way, should Gensler be recused from enforcement actions claiming tokens are securities? Also, we will be discussing if the latest speculation concerning XRP being backed by gold relates to the controversial XRP buyback proposal. Finally, to our main focus for the day, following LBRY's opinion, does Ripple have the power to save the US crypto industry? Stick with me till the end to learn more. If this sounds like something of much interest to you, be sure to check out this new video starting now. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, where we talk about the latest updates on XRP and the cryptocurrency world in general. If this is your first time watching one of our videos, we happily send you a special welcome. We invite you to hit on the notification bell so you never miss another video. We are announcing that this channel has a giveaway of 200 XRP. To stand the chance of participating, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment with the hashtag XRP, and the winner will be announced on the 15th of March. Ripple General Counsel Stuart Alderoty has asserted that United States Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gansler should recuse himself from votes on enforcement actions declaring cryptocurrencies as securities. It comes as Gensler, in a recent interview with New York Magazine, expressed that all cryptocurrency transactions aside from Bitcoin spot trading and the use of crypto to purchase actual goods fall under SEC's purview. Everything other than Bitcoin is a security, Gensler reiterated. Unsurprisingly, his statements have attracted significant pushback from crypto lawyers. Alderoty, in a tweet today, citing Antonio versus SEC, asserted that the SEC chair must recuse himself from enforcement action votes regarding cryptocurrencies alleged to be securities as he has prejudged the outcome. Characteristically, attorney James K. Fillon, a pro-XRP attorney who has closely followed the SEC case against Ripple, was on hand to provide a document summarizing the case details. In the cited case, the SEC had prevented the petitioner from gaining securities-related employment due to previous violations, instituting a litigated administrative proceeding to make this restriction permanent. Notably, while the process was pending, an SEC commissioner, in a speech, asserted that the limitation was permanent. The court ruled in favor of the petitioner, who argued that the involvement of this commissioner biased the case. Consequently, the court lifted the restriction and instructed the agency to review the evidence afresh without the participation of the biased commissioner. The court ruled on the idea that all trials should have the appearance of complete fairness. Notably, Alderoty's statements received support from attorney John Deaton, who represents thousands of XRP holders, as a friend of the court in the SEC case against Ripple. Deaton described the Ripple attorney's take as a brilliant move, adding that it was worth raising before the House Financial Services Committee. Bill Morgan, another pro-XRP attorney, asserted that Alderoty was correct, adding that Gensler has continued to make these claims despite a lack of investigations on most cryptocurrencies. However, Mark Fagel, a Stanford lecturer and former SEC regional director, discounted these claims, pointing out the difference between an administrative proceeding and voting on enforcement actions. According to Fagel, in a litigated administrative proceeding, which the SEC no longer brings, the SEC commissioners and chair act as judges. However, when approving actions from the enforcement division, they leave the decision to the courts. Consequently, Fagel argues that the precedent does not apply. Amid these contentions, the SEC continues to launch crypto enforcement actions asserting jurisdiction over the nascent market as Congress has failed to create a regulatory framework. On the other hand, SUM, in a blog post yesterday, has revealed new details of its partnership with Free for its XRP Ledger-powered retail payment solution. Recall that, as reported by the Crypto Basic, SUM had launched the novel QR payment solution in partnership with Free in the Netherlands. Free integrates the SUM e-commerce plugin with available point-of-sale terminals in retail shops to allow them to receive payments in XRPL tokens, which are automatically converted to GitHub stablecoins of the retailer's choosing. In the blog post released yesterday, SUM reveals that the solution can do more than just payments thanks to Free's open-loop loyalty program. Other services include Free Loyalty, which will allow merchants to create a loyalty program that offers customers free crypto in exchange for continuous patronage. In addition, Free Coupons will enable merchants to generate and manage digital coupons. Notably, all of these are powered by the XRP Ledger. We found a true match in Free, as their vision to make a success of their POS and offer crypto payments, card payments, and loyalty on the XRPL was already groundbreaking and innovative, XRPL Labs Chief Business Officer Mike van der Veen said, hailing the partnership. The dedication and readiness of both Free CEO Farhan and Free CTO Nabil makes this a very special collaboration in order to set off a new phase in retail payments on the blockchain. The payment solution plans to kick off in the United Kingdom, noting that it has over 350,000 physical retail stores and over 500,000 e-commerce websites. Free, which received $125,000 in Ripple's Wave 4 XRPL grants, plans to capture at least 25% of the retail market in the UK. Per the blog post, Free is already in talks with acquiring banks that process credit and debit bank payments on behalf of merchants to support cryptocurrency payments. Notably, the Free team comprises pioneers in the POS technology space, with the Chief Executive Officer Farhan Dawood credited with introducing the acceptance of Visa, MasterCard, and Amex cards to the retail industry in the UK. As reported, Free Pay, previously called Pay with Some, has received glowing reviews in its first trial. Furthermore, rumors have made the rounds in the last few days that XRP may be backed by gold, with influencers predicting a price as high as $100 for the token in such a scenario. It is unclear where this particular speculation originates from. However, it could be an interpretation of the controversial XRP buyback proposal, which resurfaced again early this year. Recall that Valhill Capital's Jimmy Valley came up with the XRP buyback theory in 2021 with the assumption that XRP would become the world's reserve currency. According to Valley, for this to happen, governments must own large quantities of the token, necessitating a buyback. The Valhill Capital managing director, drawing comparisons between his theory and the Bretton Woods Agreement, asserted that this buyback would not occur on the secondary market but at a fixed rate as it was with gold. The lawyer placed this fixed value between $37,500 and $50,000 per XRP. As reported, Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz expressed that the proposal looked like a scam. Similarly, former Ripple director Matt Hamilton debunked the latest rumors that XRP will be backed by gold, stating, "You can't back XRP itself with gold." According to Hamilton, what is possible is to track gold by creating an XAU token on the XRP ledger. A view supported by the former Ripple director explained that to back 1 XRP with 1 ounce of gold, you would need 2.8 million tons of gold for the 100 billion XRP token supply. Hamilton pointed out the impracticality of this, as humans have only managed to mine about 2,088 tons of gold in our history. Hamilton asserted that an even more significant concern is that XRP has a finite supply while gold inflates by about 0.3% annually. It is worth noting that the XRP community is no stranger to conspiracy theories and speculation. Schwartz, in the past, has had to debunk narratives that XRP traded as high as $327,000 on a private ledger. Please, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell to be the first person to get more updates about the latest happenings as regards to XRP. Now to our main focus for the day. Following LBRY opinion, does Ripple have the power to save the US crypto industry? In a tweet today, LBRY, an open-source content distribution network, said Ripple is the best chance the United States crypto industry has against the Securities and Exchange Commission's adverse enforcement policy. The open-source content distribution network noted it believes Ripple is the only blockchain company left to save the U.S. crypto industry since other companies have chosen not to play offense against the SEC. By far, the best chance for cryptocurrency in the United States is Ripple. Other crypto players in the U.S. could be playing offense, but aren't. This means it's basically all on XRP to save us all, said LBRY. It is no longer news that the Securities and Exchange Commission has come under heavy criticism for its stringent enforcement action against the U.S. crypto sector. LBRY has been a victim of the SEC's enforcement action in the regulator's quest to clamp down on crypto projects believed to have violated the country's security laws. The regulator charged Ripple and LBRY with the same offense, offering unregistered securities to U.S. residents. A federal judge ruled on the LBRY lawsuit, with the SEC recording a total victory against the content distribution network. However, the Ripple lawsuit is still ongoing as the parties await a ruling from Judge Annalisa Torres. The Securities and Exchange Commission is trying to bring the entire crypto industry under its regulatory purview. On February 23rd, SEC Chairman Gary Gansler noted in a New York Magazine interview that aside from Bitcoin, every other crypto asset is a security. With Gensler prepared to bring all crypto assets other than Bitcoin under the SEC's umbrella, a win for the regulator against Ripple will put the agency on the path to achieving this goal. However, Ripple has remained confident about the outcome while believing it will be declared the winner against the SEC. A win for the Silicon Valley blockchain company could start the ball rolling toward more friendly regulation for the US crypto industry. So we come to the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can help enlighten others just like you have been enlightened by sharing this video to as many people as possible. Let's get this news everywhere, guys. If you are a true cryptocurrency fan, don't miss any of our content. See you tomorrow to talk about the latest news that concerns us all as a community.